Well, first, how did you get back ahead of schedule as you did? And then how did you feel in the first game back?
Just a lot of hard work, countless hours of treatment, countless hours of trusting my body and putting the work in. And just talking to my agent, talking to the doctors, and talking to the training staff. And we came with a game plan just to see it. Every day I ramped it up just to see where I felt. And I feel great out there. I feel like I still had my speed. I was able to defend at a high level, be able to create shots and run our team the way we wanted. And the ultimate goal was we know we was missing players. They know they was missing players. And we knew they had 5 games in 7 nights. We know how talented they are. And Luka is the head of their snake. And we just wanted to come out and try to get 2 wins in a row. And we did that.
Having missed as much time as you have, was it extra frustrating to have to go out again? Or, hey, 5 games is nothing compared to...
Yeah, it was frustrating because I deal with so much of people saying, well, he's injury prone, this and that. But it wasn't one of those type of injuries. It was just something I got need. And when you get needed, stuff like that, and you have inflammation or anything like that, you can't control that aspect of it. So there's nothing I could do. You know me, but if there's anything I can play through of soreness, anything I'm playing through it. But at the same time, I'm looking further ahead for my future and also taking care of my body better than what I did in the past. And it was best for me to take that time off and ramp myself back up to where I am now.
Thank you.
Rachel Nichols.
Sorry, John, my camera's being there we go. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, thank you. I'm working on a project on Kobe Bryant, and I'm asking guys what they remember from the very first time they played against him. I guess your rookie year or whenever it was.
I always tell the story. I got a switch on Kobe. He was posting me up. I blocked his shot, and the ball bounced the half court, and I went running after it full speed. He got the ball back and shot a 3, and he said, "The play continues, young fella." And that was my first moment I really remember, and it was a big moment for me because I could brag to my friends that I blocked Kobe Bryant's shot.
What do you remember about just the idea that you were on the court with this guy that you had been watching and his presence?
We know how much he meant to the game of basketball, how much he affected people with just his competitive drive, his hungriness of having a mindset of nothing can stop him from being what he wanted to be. He was a black mamba. And just what he stood for as a man. He gave everything he had to the game of basketball while he was here on this earth and while he was competing for 20 years. And outside of that, you love how he became a dad. What he was doing with his kids and being there for them and coaching them and still always being a mentor to a lot of people that looked up to him. So everything you can see about that man was what you would want to see in yourself later down the road. And the way he loved his kids and loved his wife and stuff like that is something that I look up to and try to do the same.
Thanks, John.
Mark Berman.
John, along those lines, on Tuesday it'll be 1 year since Kobe passed away. Your thoughts about when you heard about it, and how does that hit you now that it's been a year later?
It was surreal. I didn't believe it when I first seen the news and read about it, and it was tough. And the most important thing is that people still is always going to cherish Kobe and keep his name alive. And we know what he meant to the game of basketball and what he meant outside the game of basketball. And we get the opportunity to play on that same day, so that's going to be big for us, and definitely big for the whole entire league. We knew what Kobe meant, and a 1-year anniversary is always tough.
Tim McMahon.
John, as well as anybody what DeMarcus has been through over these last few years, and struggling to shoot the ball early this season. What was it like for you to see his performance tonight?
Well, I'm the one that's on him 24/7, on the good days and the bad days. And the same thing he told me was coming back off of my Achilles was, it's a process. And like I told him, it's a process. I know it's difficult from being the franchise guy and always been a guy that was dominant and having the game the way you wanted it to be. And now he has to accept the role of coming off the bench. And that's a little bit difficult. And for a lot of people, that's always been that guy. And then probably want to play more minutes but not getting as many minutes. Said you never know when your time is going to be called, and stay patient, be ready. And I feel like he got the same type of looks he did last night in Detroit. He just didn't make them. I don't know what he did on the flight or all day today to come back and play on the back-to-back and play the game he did. And it was big for us. And my job for him and anybody else on the team is to open the floor for them. When the ball is in my hands, is push and put the pace into the game and try to create shots for guys. And you see how Eric Gordon played at a higher level tonight, and other guys did too.
Christos Saltis.
John, welcome back. I would like to ask you how refreshing for you was to return on the court, and also how excited you are about your collaboration with DeMarcus Cousins and Victor Oladipo.
Well, I was itching to get back on the court. You know what I mean? We know we didn't get off to a great start like we wanted to, and we still not at the start we wanted to be. We made a trade and got some good pieces away, and we lost a great player in James. And now this is our team, and this is what we got, and we got to push forward to go on the road and win 2 games without Christian Woods and Vic being there one night and then not being there, and then Daniel House coming back. We feel like we have a great group of guys that's hungry and want to compete at a high level. And everybody's staying ready, man. That's awesome goals. Everybody stay ready, go out there and compete at a high level and do the little things that help us win. And the more and more we get chemistry together and get to hang out with each other off the court and watch film together and talk about defense, we'll be fine. I mean, offense end, we're going to be able to score at a high level no matter who we play against. It's about when can you get those stops to help the team win.
We'll take 2 more. Neil Delau.
Hey, John, your next game is going to be back against the Wizards. What's your mentality going into that game, and what are maybe some of the emotions you might have going into that game?
I think I got a little bit of emotions. It's going to be great to see some of the guys that I play with. It's going to be a competitive game, you know what I mean? They know how hard I play, how competitive I am, and now I'm on the other end of that of not being in the group with those guys. And the ultimate goal for me is to try to get my team a win. I think it's not too many emotions because I'm not going back to D.C. I think that's when it'll be the most emotions, when I have the opportunity to walk back into the Capital One Arena and, see the city and being where I've been in the last 10 years. But it'd definitely be exciting to see those guys and go out there and compete against those guys and how well Brad and the other guys are playing so far.
And last question, Brian Bearfield.
John, I know it was tough for you to be on the sideline when you were injured watching your guys play, but how impressed were you with their hustle and their never giving up attitude that they had throughout the games that you weren't there?
That's what I love about the group. You know what I mean? The grit and grind of those guys. We got a great competitive group that competes against each other whenever we have the opportunity to practice. We have a lot of veterans and a couple of young guys that can play very well. And the most important thing is we communicate. And I think when all of us get here as one, we get the opportunity to communicate better, but we got firepower at all levels. It's about putting it together, trusting each other, trusting in Coach Silas and the great coaching staff that he has. It's the first year for him. It's the first year for a lot of us guys with a new group and new coaching staff. And trust me, we didn't get out the way we wanted to, but we dealt with injuries. We dealt with COVID protocol that, that's going to be going on throughout the whole season. And that's the adversity, saying the next man is up and what can you do and be prepared to stay ready. And I think we have a group of guys for that. So it should be a fun season.